Hi Pisces, it's Christina here from In the Know Tarot, here to do your current situation reading. Now keep in mind that this is the middle of September, but it is basically going to be current situation for when you see it. Now this is for sun, moon, or rising, so also cross watchers, you might have to flip that around. Now I'm using two different decks. I've got mostly the Rider-Waite, and I've got one card also from Find Your Happy by Shannon Kaiser. Looking right away at the very top row of this reading, so we've got the past, present, and future spread here with the outcome. Outcome is down here to the right. Now, in the past here, your whole top row, there's one thing in particular that stands out. It's out of place. It's the very central card in that top row. It is the Eight of Swords, and that is upright. Everything else is reversed. So what I'm getting here is that there was something in the past. It's like when one thing was out of place, okay, it kept everything else, it affected everything else. So it kept you stuck, or it kept someone else stuck, this one thing. So for example, if something wasn't working, or if literally you were out of touch with a person, for example, like someone that you loved and cared about, let's say that you weren't on speaking terms with them at the moment, or you had ended a relationship, or, you know, you had one area of your life that when it was, you know, like standing out the most, because I feel like possibly, you know, like if that area you were lacking, that's when the other areas were also affected. So this one thing, and there's a song, and I'm hearing it, but I can't. This one thing, it's gone now, but I'll try to find it, and I'll try to put it in the description box, and you can check that out, see if that resonates with you. But what I'm getting is that this one area of your life, or this one thing, when it was affected in the past year, it affected every other area of your life. So it's not just, it was probably a very big deal. It was probably something that was very meaningful. But because of that one thing being affected, everything was affected. It was like a chain effect. It was like it kept you stuck in every area because this one area wasn't working out. So, for example, someone could focus primarily on one area, and then they're neglecting the other areas, so those areas aren't moving, aren't growing as well, for just an example. But there was something like that. It was like one specific area affects all areas. Now, this area was not working in the past because we've got the Temperance card, and that's reversed. Now, some of you could have been dealing with a Sagittarius. We've also got the Page of Pentacles, could have been, and the Queen of Pentacles. So it could have been an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But in a general reading, it could be any sign. I'm going to get a clarification card, and I want one for Temperance. And that's Temperance reversed. Just one clarification card. Okay, we've got the Sun card, and that's upright. So that could have been a Leo that you were dealing with here in the past. It doesn't have to be. But I definitely, I'm getting this feeling like you missed someone in the past here. I'm getting a very, like this person that you missed, or this is how someone felt about you. They might have like lit up your life. So, or it doesn't have to be a person. It could just be something that, like, you lost a job, and when you lost that job, it's like something something changed and you were sad at that point because you lost it. So when you're not with this person or this situation, you're not happy. It's like, you know, skies are gray. And there's a song there too, but it's like when you're maybe in the past here, when you're not with this person, things are not actually working out very well. Like you're literally having bad luck. Like if you're not with them, like when you're with someone and everything is going, you know, smooth and everything is running perfectly, and then you're not with this person and it seems like the exact opposite happens. It's kind of like you're not with them, and that's when things start falling apart in your life in other areas. That's when the car breaks down. That's when the roof leaks. That's when, you know, it's just, it could have to do with the fact that you might miss this person, or, you know, something like that, or the situation. You want that feeling back, that sunshine back in your life. And like I said, it's lacking here in the past, and it's really affecting all areas of your life. Them not being here, or, you know, you not being in that particular situation anymore. I'm getting a very, it's like someone feels sad without this person or the situation. Someone feels lonely. Someone feels stuck without them. They feel there could be someone who in the past here was sad, like depression sad, because some area of their life wasn't working out, and it was really causing like a domino effect in other areas. Now, I'm going to get another card, and I want to get this card for the Six of Pentacles reversed. Just to see if we get anything else here. What I'm getting now is possibly it was it was like a situation where you thought this person would fight for you, or you thought this situation, like if it was work, for example, you thought they would fight for you. They would fight to keep you. They would fight harder for this situation. And I'm getting like it was not a, like possibly I'm getting like an unrequited kind of love kind of feeling right here. So either you thought that this person's not fighting for you or the situation, you know, whoever was not fighting here to save this, to keep this. The other person kind of looked at that like as showing that they didn't really care. Okay, they saw that as they saw this person's lack of motivation, or lack of drive, or lack of, you know, fighting for this connection or whatever, as them not really caring about them, whereas it might have been totally misread, and this may have been, you know, something that they possibly couldn't help, like depression or something like that, or literally something else that had a hold of them like that, that kept them stuck and they weren't able to really fight for this connection. Something like that. And is what I'm getting here. Because somebody in the past here gave up, and I think the other person really looked at their giving up as something to do with them. And usually, you know, it's not about the other person. Usually it has something to do with us on the inside, and we have to kind of look at that and see. And this other person was taking it very personally, and I think the other one that gave up was going through things that possibly the other person was not aware of. And so it you know, it looked like on the outside, to this one person, to their perspective, they thought this was like because this person didn't have those feelings back about them, or because but this person was sad, and it didn't really have to do with that other person. Like I said, it had something to do with something that they either lost or was missing in their life or lacking in their life. So let's say they didn't feel like they had, maybe they lost their career, maybe they lost their job, and that was really their drive, for example, and they lost it. And these are just examples. And they kind of lost motivation for a while. Or maybe they lost, a person, like I said, in the past, and that was their motivation. This person was going through something in the past here. Now, and that didn't have anything to do with you, or if you were the other one involved in the situation and you thought that it was because the feelings weren't returned. I'm not getting that, as in I'm getting this person was sad. This person was like I said, one area in their life had been affected, and it was like a domino chain effect type situation, and it affected every other area, and it affected your relationship with them as well. Okay, so we've got the Empress card in the present, and that card is reversed. I'm going to get a clarifier for that. Here's that same song again. I just lost it. I'll try to find it and put it in the description box. But I want a clarifier for the Empress, and that's reversed. Okay, we've got a King of Pentacles, and that's also reversed. This could be an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, like I said earlier, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Now, these could be specific people in your life, or this could represent, even though, that is not your sign, it could represent the type of energy that you're giving off currently. So, but I'm getting the feeling that someone is not taking care of themselves in the present moment. They're not nurturing themselves. They need to be taking better care of themselves. This person is being very careless or reckless, neglectful of themselves. So this might be a person here that is not taking care of themselves, like, for example, their health. They're not eating, things that are good for them. They're not in the present. They're sad. This is like a separation, and someone is pretty sad about the situation, and they miss the other person or whatever is going on, and they're not taking care of themselves. They might not be taking care of themselves. They might not be taking care of themselves as in like watching what they eat. For example, if you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you this is what you need to do, they're not following the directions, okay? They're not nurturing themselves. They're not giving themselves, they miss the other person, or they miss someone else, for example. So, like, just an example, but so say that this person or someone had a breakup and a divorce in the past, and the other person got custody of the kids. You miss your kids, kind of thing. This is like something like that, where this person, it's like they literally are missing someone and they're sad, and they're still sad in the present moment. And it's like they're not taking care of themselves is what I'm getting. And they're not nurturing themselves. And they need to be taking better care of themselves. This could be an air sign. So Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius here that you're dealing with. This person is not acting very responsible. If you look at this person, you're going to see they're acting very irresponsible. You're going to be able to see these, like with that whole example about the doctor. Like if the doctor tells you that you have to do something and you have to make your doctor's appointment, you need to keep your doctor's appointment, you need, things like that. You would notice, just an example, but you would notice this person is missing those doctor's appointments. This person is not eating like, the foods that the doctor recommended for their health. This person is being very irresponsible as in that sense, because they feel they've lost some sort of motivation here. Like they lost when whatever happened in the past, like I said, any of those situations or completely different, you'll have to just put it in. But this person kind of lost the motivation, and they lack that motivation now, and they're sad, like I said, and they aren't taking care of themselves, it looks like. Now, and so it's going to be easy for you to recognize who I'm talking about, because I think it's obvious. I don't think they're hiding it. I think it's obvious. Now, it may not be obvious to you why they're doing it until you hear this reading, but I think that the signs you should be able to see, it's pretty obvious that that's what they're doing. Now, I'm going to get a clarification card for the Three of Swords, and that card is reversed. Three of Swords, and that card's reversed. Just one card. And we have the Queen of Swords, and that's reversed. Now, this definitely could be an air sign that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be, but for some of you, it definitely will be. I think you're going to hear from this person. You're going to hear from this person, and this person might try to tell you that everything is okay. So, for example, if you haven't already had this conversation, you might be concerned about this person, for example, and you might start asking them questions because you might be putting two and two together. And in the present, if you haven't heard from them yet, you're going to hear from them, or you're going to hear their reply. And what they're sending you back is, I'm okay. Everything is fine. This person is coming off as if everything is okay, but they're not okay. They want to give the impression that, that everything is fine. So, but you know better than this, because you can see the behavior of this person. You can see like what this person is doing. So you're going to hear from this person. Because I think that you approach them because you're concerned. So you're going to hear from them. They're going to try to tell you that everything is fine. We've got the Ace of Swords. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it with you. They don't want to talk about it with other people. Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah. They want to keep it to themselves. We've got the Emperor here. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. This person is not the type of person who wants to they want to come off like one particular way. They don't want to show their cards. They're not interested in it's like they're trying to keep up an appearance, but they're just wanting to detach from the conversation, really. So they're going to try to tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you everything is okay. that's in the current situation, like the present, actual present. Now in the future, we've got an Ace of Pentacles here. So this literally could be someone offering, there's an offering here of some sort. So you could be receiving an offer, or you could be extending an offer, and it could have something to do with money. It doesn't have to, but some of you, it could. And it could have something to do with a King of Cups, which is a water sign like yourself. Or that could just represent you. So Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I feel like I got something in my throat. Okay. So, this is, I'm going to get a, just a little more information on that Ace of Pentacles upright. Okay, we've got a Tower moment. So this is like someone in the future here. They may tell you the truth, okay? So they may have been giving you this whole I'm fine. You may have been suspecting, so you may have been like coming out directly asking them, like direct communication in you know, at some point in the past here or in the present. But in the future, someone is definitely like the truth is coming out. This person is offering you, I'm getting that whole, the whole facade, okay, the whole, this right here, them trying to appear one way or trying to remain like stone cold like that, that comes down, okay? That comes down in the future. And when we have this Tower moment, and this is them like talking to you, this is them like sharing things that have really been going on in their life. This is you like them like, or you, so either way, whether you're giving someone this information or they're giving it to you, this is you kind of like, this is like the moment where the truth comes out. And I believe that you or someone else is giving you this information about what's really going on here. It looks as though when that moment happens, there's something in this moment, okay? There's not only are they giving you something when they're literally, okay, not only when they're telling you the truth, and then you're realizing what's been going on, they also have some sort of realization at the same time, and they're realizing something, and that helps them, okay? That helps them find victory in that moment. That helps them move forward. That helps them too. So it helps you to see what's going on, but it also helps them, because not only were they, or you, whoever it is, were keeping something, someone was keeping something here about what they were going through. They were keeping it, they were keeping it to themselves. They didn't want to talk about it. But when they talk about it, they're also then, you know, looking at it, because they didn't want to even look at it before. When they didn't want to talk to other people, they sure didn't want to look at it either. So like I said, in that moment, they also realize something too, which helps them, and they're able to find victory in the situation, and they're able to look at the situation differently, and they're able to move forward. So for example, you know, if something, they're able to see the good of the situation, okay? They might have only been able to see like the bad in the situation before, but now they're able to see the good, and that helps them to move forward. So it helped. Talking about it helped is what I'm getting. Now this could be a Gemini that you're dealing with, or it could be like some sort of soulmate connection, twin flame even. This is it doesn't have to be love, but I'm getting for a lot of you it is. It could just be some sort of relationship connection wise, but I do see that this is someone I feel like where whatever type of relationship this is, love relationship or not, you two help each other. Okay, so when when you when you see something, okay, or when you see something the other person does or something like that, or when they share with you, um literally they get back. It's like it's hard to explain, but this situation is helping both of you move forward at the same time. It doesn't just help them. When they move forward, you both move forward. So when you help them, you move forward. They help you. It's a very you're very connected with this person. So, and at that same time, you're connected to the progress of this person. So, um, it's like up above in the past where it's like you were stuck if this one thing wasn't working. This one thing, wouldn't that be something? There's that song again. I heard it again. So, anyways, I'll find it. I can't. If I traded it all, wouldn't that be something? I'm trying to think. If I traded it all, if I gave it all away for one thing, wouldn't that be something? Okay. So I don't remember who sings that, but that's what I'm getting. I've heard it 3 times now. So, that probably has some significance for you. And like I said, I'll put it in the description box. I also have other things in the description box, like how to order a personal reading. But basically what I'm getting, like I said before, you are connected to this person. So you're helping each other move forward. So when they move forward, you move forward together. Okay? If you're stuck, they're stuck. So you helping them is actually helping you, and vice versa. Okay, and the outcome here, we have the Hanged Man, and that's upright. We have the Ten of Swords, and that's reversed. We have the Strength card reversed, and we've got the Knight of Wands, and that's upright. Some of you could definitely be dealing with a fire sign, in particular Leo. What I'm getting here, though, is that I'm getting that something is changing, okay? A whole situation is changing. Like what I said earlier, when this tower moment happens in the future and someone gives someone the information and they share with them, they're also then also looking at it as well, because they're also having to, they have to look at it so they can share that information. So they're learning something, and then it's changing how they saw the situation. It's creating victory in the situation, and the two of you are moving forward together, and it's like completely changing the situation. It's not only changing the outcome, it's changing how someone looks at the situation. So it's getting someone unstuck, because they might have been looking at it wrong. For all this time, they might have been looking at it from a lack mindset, where all they had to do was like, okay, we can't have good without bad. We can't have, we don't have good without bad. We don't have bad without good. We have both. So where there's bad, there's always something that's good. So you can always look for the good. So even when something bad happens and you think that it's really bad, it might have been it might have had to happen for something good to happen, okay? Because in those moments where these bad things happen that we try to like understand and we try to like make sense of and we can't explain, if you look at it, I'm getting that someone recognized possibly like that, for example, someone recognized that something good happened because of a bad situation, and that can totally like transform the way someone looks at something, and it can um it could get someone unstuck. So there's always a reason why things happen, and just because there's something bad it doesn't happens does not mean it was anything that you particularly did. I'm getting that, it's not necessarily, or that the other person did. Someone might have been sitting around blaming themselves, feeling like something that they did was something that, like they were being punished for it. But it could have been something as in, bad things have to happen for good things to happen. So, you can't have one without the other. So when something bad happens, it may be so that something really good will happen. And that's going to help someone heal. That's going to help someone change the way they see the situation, and it's going to change the outcome of the situation. And this could be a fire sign, like I said. It could be a Leo. I'm trying to think of like an example. I'm trying to think of one. So let's say that, let's just use let's use college, for example. Let's use college, and let's just say that, you had your heart set. You had always had your heart set, and this is just an example because everyone's not in college, but let's just say that you always had your heart set on going to a particular school, okay? Your parents might have went to that school. Your grandparents might have went to that school, for example. You always had your heart set on going to that school, and then you don't get accepted, and that's a bad thing, right? And that's how you're looking at it. You're looking at it like that's a bad thing. Like that is like devastating to you because that's all you wanted. You wanted to go to this particular school, and then you feel like it's your fault, right? You feel like if you would have studied more, if you would, and this is just an example, if you would have made better grades, if you would have not went out on that date because you would have stayed home and studied, you could have changed it. It's like that kind of situation where if you're kicking yourself after the moment because you didn't get accepted there, and what you're not realizing is that you weren't meant to get accepted there, because if you would have got accepted there, you would have missed out on a better opportunity that's coming, for example. So if it would have worked out that way, things work out for us sometimes in the way that they're supposed to, not necessarily the way we want it. And if it would have worked out and you, for example, would have went to that college, then something else might have, you would have been put on a different path, and you might have missed something very, you might have missed a blessing. You might have missed something that you have now because you went to a different college. So in the end, you see that it was better. It was much better than, it worked out better. And it's like realizing that it worked out better. And that's just an example. But that's what I'm getting. So everything happens for a reason, and you can't have good without bad. And normally if something bad happens, then try to look for the good in it, because there's always something good. Even if you can't see it at that time. Even if it takes a little while. You will eventually see it. Okay. I'm going to read this last card. It's I am compassionate with myself and it takes time to heal. And that is card number 17. Just as there are many different reasons to grieve, there are also many different ways to grieve. Though people may move through the same stages of grief, each person takes a different amount of time to reach each stage. Maybe you have recently experienced the death of a loved one or the end of a career or a relationship, and you are finding it difficult to move on. Others tell you that you need to get over the situation, but your true self knows it takes time to heal. This card is telling you to follow your true self. Trust that you know what is best for you, even when those around you attempt to push you through the healing process. Be compassionate with yourself during any times of grieving. All situations must resolve in their own time. Allow healing to happen of its own accord. Okay, so I will be back to do another reading soon. I hope this reached someone it was meant for. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.